Dear students, hope you are all well. So today we will begin with our second term chapters in civics. The name of the chapter is Rural Local Government Bodies. Okay, so in the last two chapters we learned life and society, that is how society is formed, and we learned the second chapter was diversity in society, that is how society helps in our development. In this chapter we will learn about the rural local government bodies. In order that our society functions smoothly, what do we require? We require rules. Rules are required. Rules are very important for the day-to-day functioning of our social life. The regulation of society through laws and rules is carried out by different organization and institution. That means rules are not only in our society, wherever we go, like if we go in school also we have some rules, right, that we have to follow. Now, one such organization is the local government bodies. Now, local government bodies plays an important role in the regulation of society. That means the society should run smoothly. The local government bodies are broadly divided into two types. Okay, they are divided into rural and urban local bodies. Now, in this chapter, we will learn about the rural local government bodies, and in our next chapter, we will learn about the urban local government bodies. Now, let's move forward. Now, the Gram Panchayat, the Panchayat Samiti, and the Zila Parishad are the rural local government bodies. They are collectively known as the Panchayati Raj Institution. Okay, they are called as Panchayati Raj Institution. Now, Panchayati Raj is the uniform three-tiered structure. Why three-tiered substructure? Because it has the Gram Panchayat, the Panchayat Samiti, and the Zila Parishad. Okay. Now, for local government and rural government of India, it is the government that is selected by the people living in a local areas. Now, we are learning about rural. So, rural will be in villages, right? So the elected representatives looks into the problems and the basic needs of local people, and they try to solve them and help them in the times of difficulties. Okay, let's move forwards. Now, our country, our country is administered at three levels. You can see over there the pyramid. So, it is administered at three levels. That is the union government or the central government. Union government is also called as central government at Delhi. Then is the state government. Every state has the government of its own. And the last one is local government. That is, the administration for the entire country is carried out by the union government. Union means entire country. Now, subjects such as defense, foreign affairs, currency, etc. are the jurisdiction of the union government. Then at the second level, okay, that is the state government. Now, the state government of Maharashtra make laws related to law and order, health, education, etc. So each government has different types of works to be done to solve the problems of the people. Okay, and the last is the local government body. It works at the third level. So each government has the works, that is, see, it's given over there. Each government has to do their work related to their subjects. Now let's move forward. Now, local government bodies are of two types. Okay, as I told you before, rural and urban. Now, rural means village areas and urban means cities and towns. So, rural local government body comprises of the Gram Panchayat, the Panchayat Samiti and the Zila Parishad. Whereas whereas the urban local government body comprises of Nagar Panchayat, the municipal council and the municipal corporation. Now about the urban, we will learn in the next chapter. Okay. Now let us begin with the Gram Panchayat. Now what is a Gram Panchayat and where is it formed? We will see that. Now a Gram Panchayat is a local self-government organization in India, okay, at the village level or small town level, okay, and it is at the base of the Panchayati Raj system. So the Gram Panchayat looks after the administration of the village. It looks how the village will run. A Gram Panchayat can be established for a village having a population of minimum 1,000 people and maximum 25,000 people. So, if the population of the village is less than 500, then two or more villages can come under one Gram Panchayat. Okay? So it is then called as a group Gram Panchayat. That means if the village has less population, then two other villages can join and then it is called as a group Gram Panchayat. The Gram Panchayat carries out various functions. Now, some of its functions are supply of water, construction and repair of roads. What work the Gram Panchayat is doing? Okay, we will see that. That is supply of water, construction and repair of roads, drains, maintaining public health, constructing and repairing public buildings, tanks, lightning on the roads, providing electricity, then providing free education, registration of birth, death, marriages, etc. This work the Gram Panchayat does. Now let us move to the next. Now the next is the officers and the office bearers of the Gram Panchayat. Who are the officers under them? So first is Sarpanch. Now the head of the village is the Sarpanch. So the head of a village in the rural areas is called as the Sarpanch. Like President of India is the head of our country, so the Sarpanch is the head of a village. The members of the Gram Panchayat are elected through voting. Okay, they are elected through voting. The elections to the Gram Panchayat are held in every 5 years. The elected members of the Gram Panchayat elect a Sarpanch and a deputy Sarpanch from among themselves. Okay. All the meetings of the Gram Panchayat are held under the chairmanship of the Sarpanch. So the Sarpanch takes over a look of the whole village. All the meetings, if it has to be held, he looks after. Okay. If the Sarpanch responsibility is to implement the development schemes of the village to start new policies for the welfare of the people or the welfare of the village. For the welfare of the people or any work has to be done, the Sarpanch looks after it. Okay. Now, if the members of the Gram Panchayat, if the members of the village feel that Sarpanch is not carrying out his responsibilities, that means whatever work has to be done in the village, he is not doing that, then what the people will do is they could pass a motion of a no confidence against a Sarpanch and a new Sarpanch will be appointed in its place. So they can tell a person and then a new Sarpanch will be appointed. The old Sarpanch will be terminated and that means the old Sarpanch will be removed and the new Sarpanch will be appointed in its place. Now, in the absence of the sarpanch, if the sarpanch is not there, who will look after the village? The deputy sarpanch. Okay, the deputy sarpanch looks after the work of the gram panchayat. Like the captain and the vice captain. If the captain of the team is not there, then the vice captain looks after the work and performs the duty. Right, in a match also, if there is a captain is not there, then the vice captain looks. The same is over here. When the sarpanch is not there, the deputy sarpanch will look after the work. Now the next is gram sevak. Gram Sevak is the secretary of the Gram Panchayat. He is an officer appointed by the government. Okay, he's an officer appointed by the government, not by the representatives. He is appointed by the chief executive officer of the Zila Parishad. His main function is to look after the day-to-day affairs. He has to look about the day-to-day affairs of the Gram Panchayat, to explain the development schemes to the residents of the village. He has to explain to the people, to the villagers and to the village. Let's move forward. Next is Gram Sabha. Now, Gram Sabha is the assembly of the voters of the village or rural areas. It is an important organization of the people at the local level. Gram Sabha is formed in a village having a population of 500 or more. So the members of Gram Panchayat elects representatives to the Gram Panchayat. It is compulsory to hold at least 6 meetings. Okay, 6 meetings of the Gram Sabha in each financial year. So it is compulsory in the Gram Sabha that they should have 6 meetings in a year. Now, financial year is a period between, like, for example, 1st April to 31st March. Okay. So, example, 1st April 2020 to 31st March 2021. In the meeting, the Gram Sabha discusses the annual report. That means the whole year's report and accounts submitted by the Gram Panchayat. Also, important decisions concerning the village discussions by the Gram Sabha. Now, the Gram Sabha gives sanction. Now, sanction means permission to the development schemes proposed by the Gram Panchayat. The Gram Sabha also has the authority to decide upon which individual deserves the benefit of government schemes. Let us move forward. The next is women's participation in the Gram Panchayat. Okay. Women of a village also plays an important role in the meetings of the Gram Sabha. A meeting of a woman of a village is held before the meeting of the Gram Sabha. Now here, women also feel free to discuss a variety of issues. That means whatever problem they are facing, they can put their problems in front of them. Okay. During the Gram Sabha, they speak with greater concern about different issues such as drinking water, education, employment, fuel prices, health, etc. They also suggest measures for bringing about necessary changes. If they want to change something, the women also speak that you need to change these things. Okay. Next is the source of revenue of the Gram Panchayat. Okay. In order to carry out various function, schemes, programs and activities of a village and maintaining the village for the welfare of the people. Now there are different activities, there are different programs or schemes in the village, right? The panchayat requires what? If you have to perform any function, any occasion, the panchayat requires money. So The Gram Panchayat raises its funds through various taxes. The source of revenue for the Gram Panchayat are, from where do they get money? A house tax, water tax, tax on weekly market, pilgrimage tax, grants of funds from Zila Parishad and the state government. Because to run a village or to perform like any occasion or any function is that they require money, so they take tax like that. Okay, let's move forward. Next is Panchayat Samiti. The next level after the Gram Panchayat is the Panchayat Samiti. This is the second level. Okay, or the Block Samiti. The Panchayat Samiti is also called as the Block Samiti. It is at the blocks level or the taluka level. Now the Panchayat Samiti acts as a link between the Gram Panchayat and the Zila Parishad. It is a link between. First we learn Gram Panchayat, then comes the Panchayat Samiti and then comes the Zila Parishad. So it is a link between both of them. All the villages within the taluka together form a block, and the body that looks after the functioning of the block is the Panchayat Samiti. For example, suppose in a taluka there are 10 villages, then all the heads, or you can say all the sarpanch of these 10 villages will attend the meeting with the block level officers. Okay, all the 10 sarpanch will attend the meeting with the block level officers. Here, what they will do is they will discuss the problems or development projects of the villages. Like suppose if they want to make a new road, right, or a water supply, so they will discuss these problems in the by the block level officer. The Gram Panchayat has to report to the Panchayat Samiti because the funds that villages get to carry out day-to-day activities is being given to the Gram Panchayat by the Panchayat Samiti. Now the next is the office bearers of the Panchayat Samiti. Who are the office bearers? Now elections to the Panchayat Samiti are held every 5 years. The elected members elect from among themselves the chairman and the deputy chairman of the Panchayat Samiti. So how they elect? They elect among themselves. The chairman, what is his responsibilities? The chairman has the responsibility of calling the meetings if any meeting has to be held. So he calls the meeting and conducting the business of the meetings. Now, in the absence of the chairman, if the chairman is not there, who takes over? The deputy chairman presides over the meeting. So after a chairman, the deputy chairman comes. As we learned in the before this, we learned the next level was that in this, if there is no sarpanch, then who takes over? The deputy sarpanch takes over. Okay, let's move forward. Now the next is functions of the Panchayat Samiti. What are the functions? Now the Panchayat Samiti has to carry out various functions. It has to look after the needs of public, maintaining and repairing roads, gutters or bore wells, etc. Then the next is organizing vaccination drive. That means looking after the health of the people. The next is providing clean drinking water. There should be cleanliness of roads, disposal of waste and helping. Then the next is helping the farmers to improve agriculture and livestock. Then also providing primary education, free and compulsory education. Okay. Then next is promotion of small scale industries. Now what are small scale industries? Such as handicrafts, cottage industries and also providing financial aid to the weaker sections who don't have more money. So they will give them some money. So Panchayat Samiti has to carry out various functions for the welfare of the common people, and also for the welfare of the village. Let's move forward. Next is the Zila Parishad. Now we have the Zila Parishad at the district level. Zila Parishad is the third tier of the Panchayati Raj system. We learned just now too, right? This is the third. Every district has a Zila Parishad. At present, the state of Maharashtra has 36 districts but only 34 Zila Parishads. Now, why so? Because the reason is that Mumbai City District and Mumbai Suburban District do not have a rural population. Therefore, they do not have a Zila Parishad. That is why there is only 34 Zila Parishad. Then the next is the office bearers of the Zila Parishad. Who are the office bearers? Now, elections to the Zila Parishad are held every 5 years. The elected representatives choose a president and a vice president from among themselves. The president of the Zila Parishad presides over the meetings. What does the president do? He presides if there is a meeting to be held. He looks after. Okay. He exercises control over the business conducted during the meetings. He also controls the financial transaction. That is, the president also looks after the money matters. He has the authority to undertake appropriate expenditure from the Zila Parishad funds. He is in charge of looking after the financial transaction of the Zila Parishad, and the vice president carries out these duties in the absence of the president. Now, just now what I told you was the work of the president. But if the president is not there, then the vice president looks after all these things. Okay. Next is, do you know? Now, how does the Zila Parishad functions? Okay, how does it function? How does it work? The work of the Zila Parishad is carried out through different committees. These different committees look after the different matters. Now, what matters? Such as the finance committee. So, finance committee will look after the funds, taxes, okay, money related, etc. Then next is the agricultural committee. Now, the agricultural committee looks after farmer, agricultural production, okay. Then the next is education committee. Education committee looks after the educational needs of children. And the next is health committee. Then water management and sanitation committee. They all look into their own areas. Okay. There is also a women and child welfare committee that takes up issues, problems related to whatever problems the women and children are facing. Okay. Then we have the next is Chief Executive Officer. Now the Chief Executive Officer is an officer that is appointed by the state government. That means the government appoints. Okay. Now what is his duty? It is the duty of the Chief Executive Officer to implement the decisions taken by the officers of the Zila Parishad. That means whatever the decisions the officers of the Zila Parishad take, it is the duty of the Chief Executive Officer to implement it and reach it to the common people. Whatever is told to him, he has to explain it to the common people. The next is the Zila Parishad. What is the functions of the Zila Parishad? So the Zila Parishad has to carry out various functions, how it will work. Now, some of the functions of the Zila Parishad are providing free and compulsory education to all. Okay, providing, then the next is providing and maintaining public health facilities. Then providing water supply and electricity in all regions, in all areas of the district. Then also helping the farmers, providing them with good quality seeds. You need good quality seeds, right, for agriculture, right? So they provide good quality seeds for agricultural produce. Look after their livestock, giving them loans and funds for betterment and their upliftment. And also organizing various tree plantation drive and polio drives in the villages. So these are the functions of the Zila Parishad, what work they do. Now let us look at this chart and understand what a Panchayati Raj system is at a glance. So right, we learnt about the Zila Parishad, the Panchayat Samiti and the Gram Panchayat. Okay. Let us see at a glance. So Panchayati Raj system is a three-tier system with the Gram Panchayat at the base. So first we learnt about the Gram Panchayat, right? So Gram Panchayat is at the base. Then we have the Panchayati Samiti and then the Zila Parishad. Then to the left, okay, look at towards the left. Then to the left we have the elected representatives, and to the right we have the officers that are being appointed by the government. So in the Gram Panchayat, who we have? In the Gram Panchayat, we have the Sarpanch as the head, right? We have the Sarpanch as the head, and Gram Sevak is the officer appointed by the government. Then in the Panchayati Samiti, we have chairman and block development officer. Okay. Then in the last, that is Zila Parishad, we have an elected representative, that is the president and the chief executive officer, who implements all the plans. He looks after all the plans and schemes of the Zila Parishad is being appointed by the government. Let's move forward. Now let us see who can contest elections. That means who can stand as the representative of the people in the election. So in order to get elected to the Gram Panchayat or the Panchayat Samiti or the Zila Parishad, what all things you require? Okay. So candidate must fulfill certain conditions of eligibility. So the first condition is he or she should be a citizen of India. The person should be a citizen of India. This is the first condition. Then the second is he or she should have completed 21 years of age. Should not be less than 21 years of age. The next is the person's name should be enrolled in the voters list. The person's name should be there in that local voters list. These conditions also apply to the urban local government bodies. That means all these conditions, whatever are there, what you require in the representative, it is not only in the rural, but it is also in the urban local government bodies that we are going to learn in the next chapter. Let's move forward. That's your homework. The first question is, the dash looks after the local administration of the village. The next is, the chief executive officer of the Zila Parishad is appointed by dash. And the last one is, write a note on the chief executive officer. That's all for now. We completed this chapter over here. We will learn the next chapter in the next video. Thank you for listening, children. Goodbye. Take care.